Fraggle Rock.
You won't believe what just happened. What? I met a man who has a scheme that could make us $100,000 overnight. I know, it's unbelievable. Imagine what we could do with all that money. No, Spuggett. I've no interest in sports cars. I was thinking more of a world cruise, you know, a man, his dog, and the emerald lagoons of the South Pacific. Oh, here, let me show you what he has in mind. See, this chap is in the waste disposal business. And these here are caves right below our property. And he says this whole limestone formation is the perfect place for long-term storage of industrial waste. These are experts. All the waste is properly treated. They've assured me that it's totally harmless. Don't you give me that. I didn't sign anything yet. They're just trying out the new injection procedure right now. Oh, it's only a measly 100 gallons of harmless industrial waste. It won't hurt anyone.
But swimming is not on the agenda
What
today.
are you going to do instead, Boober?
Well, I thought I'd do a little anting.
Anting?
Yeah, watching ants.
He'd sooner watch ants than swim?
Oh, come on, Red. Ants are fabulous little guys. Look, there's one now. No, that's moss.
Oh,
Anyway, I think this particular cave is a little too damp for anting. Huh? What's that smell?
What? Gee, I don't smell anything. Do you, Red? No.
Well, it's kind of a tiny odor with a bitter sort of edge to it. It's very weird. I'm going to check it out.
There goes the most sensitive sniffer in Fraggle Rock. Oh, come on, Monkey. Let's go get in that water.
There you go, my little radishes. Nice fresh water from the well. Have yourselves a party.
Junior,
Yeah, Pa?
your mother and I are going to frolic in the creek.
Cooling the ankles cools the mind.
Well, my ankles could use some cooling, too. Come along.
No. Not until you finish watering the garden.
Oh, Pa, I want to frolic, too.
Oh, now don't start with aw, paw. That's our food you're looking after. Now, keep at it.
Ugh. Well, I guess somebody's got to keep the garden green. Might as well be me. Hey, well, what's the big idea? You're supposed to turn green, not wilt and turn yellow.
Boy, the water level's really low.
Yes, some of the mud's even showing.
Must be this heat wave. The miracle of evaporation.
Well, so much for our swim.
What? That's nonsense. Do you know what we would have done back in the olden days?
Wait for it.
We would have run down to Waterwheel Cavern, hauled that water back here in buckets, and topped up that pond.
Wow. Gee, run all the way to Waterwheel Cavern in this heat?
Absolutely. And of course, we'd have been singing, too.
Oh.
I suppose younger folk were made of tougher stuff in those days.
Oh, give me a break.
Oh, I suppose you could run there and back with a pail of water?
Of course I could.
Isn't she hilarious?
On the contrary, I'm glad somebody here thinks they'd be up to it.
Well, I could do it too. Yeah, so can I.
Wonderful. I'll get the buckets. Excuse me.
Neat.
Now look what you got us into.
It wasn't my idea.
Stale, noxious odor. It's unlike anything I've ever smelled before. Yuck, I do not like this one little bit. It's coming in here. Ooh, that's disgusting. Ooh, this water is contaminated. They're all going swimming. I've got to stop them. Stay out of the water. Oh, no!
This is fantastic!
Everyone out of the pool!
What?
Our water's been poisoned.
Oh, no! Come on, quick, Monkey Red, come on, quick, get out!
Well, they've completed the first test, and the pumping equipment worked like a charm. They injected 100 gallons of this stuff into the limestone formation. Oh, Sprocket, I'm not going to do anything to harm the environment. I mean, we're talking about empty, dark, limestone caverns. And we're talking about $100,000. Sprocket, this is not the time to start up about your imaginary friends. We're talking science and facts. All right. I'm a reasonable man. You prove that something lives down there, and I won't sign the contract.
In here. Come on. Now can you smell it?
Not really.
No, it smells okay to me.
Looks like just ordinary water, Boober.
Hey, how come you two sound so weird?
Look who's talking.
Oh, you fools. Our water supply has been poisoned, and you're goofing around with silly voices?
I'm just goofing around, Boober. I've got a weird tickle in my throat.
Kind of dry and scratchy.
Yeah, it hurts to swallow.
Oh, no. Don't you see? You all drank the water, and you're all coming down with something.
Like what?
Well, how should I know? Some kind of throat rot.
Throat rot? Oh, no. I could be right, Goldberg. Of course he's right. Listen to us. We should hardly even whisper. I'm starting to feel weak.
Oh, wait a minute.
Me too. Weak and dizzy.
Red fade. She never fades. I fade. This is horrible. What are we gonna do?
There's nothing we can do. Our water supply has been poisoned. We are all doomed.
Now, get a hold of yourself, Boober. This is no time to panic.
But don't you understand? I'm no good in a crisis.
Somebody's got to find out what's going on around here, Boober. Go to the trash heap. Tell her what's happened. It's our only hope.
Oh, no.
And you're sure it's the water?
Well, it has to be. My friends all drank it, and I didn't. Now they're sick.
This throat rot sounds nasty. Yeah, I'm switching to radish juice.
Well, what are we gonna do, Madam Trash Heap?
Don't you Fraggles understand anything about the mystery of life? All creatures are connected, and it's water that does it. If there's a problem with the river of life, it gets passed along and everybody suffers.
Too true. Well, check out what the dogs are doing.
Okay.
Oh,
whoa.
Junior, get over here.
What? Daddy! Mommy! Oh, what's wrong?
Oh, my ankle. Oh, the itching.
Daddy, you got it too.
Of course I got it.
Well, what is it?
Well, how should I know? Some form of ankle rot. Your mother and I were dangling our tootsies in the creek and
And suddenly they began to throb.
Throbbing ankles? How horrible!
Oh, scratch them for me.
Scratching only makes the itch worse.
I know. Don't stop.
I want to know what happened to the water in our river.
Where does our water come from, Daddy?
Well, it comes from us, you nitwit. We control all the water in the universe. Somebody's been tampering with it.
But who would dare do that?
Probably one of them Fraggles.
They'll pay for this.
Oh, this is a nightmare. They think we're to blame.
Calm down now. Think clearly. What do you normally do in a time of a crisis?
Normally? Well, I find a large rock, and then I hide under it.
If you want to fix the water, you've got to go to the source.
The source?
Oh, where do you think water comes from?
The gorgs?
Very lovable.
Not too smart.
Water comes from above, you ninny.
Above?
Oh, if there's a problem, you've got to go up there.
But what do I do when I get there?
You do what you can do. And if I was you, I'd do it in a hurry.
The trashy has spoken.
Up there? There's only one thing up there, and that's outer space.
Sounds right to me.
But that means the silly creatures have poisoned our water.
Whatever you say.
Oh, no, we're doomed.
Ooh, high-strung little fella.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
I caught one, Daddy. I caught one. Oh, boy, are you ever going to get it?
Listen, I know what you think, but you've got it all wrong. It's the silly creature's fault.
Silly creatures? Never heard of them.
Well, they rule over outer space, and they've contaminated everyone's water.
So they're the culprits. Get me my armor.
Daddy, what are you going to do?
I'm going to outer space to straighten a few things out with these so-called silly creatures. Where is outer space, anyway?
Well, the only way to get there is through Fraggle Rock, and you won't fit.
Oh, somebody do something!
Well, only a Fraggle could fit through that hole, Daddy.
Oh, fine. You go straighten it out then.
Me? Straighten things out with the silly creatures? I can't do that. I'm just a powerless little Fraggle.
Oh, I see. When push comes to shove, you Fraggles just lay down like doormats and let these silly creatures walk all over you. Is that it?
Doormats? Well, no, not exactly. I mean, nothing like this has ever happened before.
Oh, my ankle! Somebody do something!
Oh, I'll make it country simple, you little furball. If you don't get the message across to these jokers, you might as well kiss your hat goodbye, because you know what?
What?
Without clean water, we are all going to die.
I've got to get Gobo. He's the only one who knows how to cope with outer space. Oh, he'll be able to sort this out. Oh, finally. Listen, everybody, I've got horrible news. The silly creatures are on a rampage, and they poisoned the gorge water supply. Gobo, you've got to go up to outer space, right?
We're too weak, Boober. You have to do it.
Oh, no, this is a nightmare.
Boober, please save us.
Oh, I've never felt so helpless in my entire life. Oh, splitting headache. I just want to crawl under a large rock and shut my eyes and wait till tomorrow and everything's back to normal.
Everyone's depending on you, even the gods.
But what can I do?
You've got to do what you can do.
Guess I could go to the hole to outer space. Beg for mercy? Yeah, that's it. That's what the silly creatures will understand. Begging and groveling.
Oh, Sprocket, don't grovel and beg. I'm thinking. It's not as if I'm not worried about the environment. Even if some tiny life form was damaged by this stuff, I'd never forgive myself. But you can't prove that anything is living in those caves. They're empty. As far as I know. Oh, Sprocket, don't you understand? Think of all the wonderful things we could do with all that money. If only I could be 100% certain that nothing was living in those caves. Sprocket, let's go for a walk in the yard. Think this thing through one more time. I've got to have a clear conscience before I give the go-ahead.
Hello, sir? Or madam? It's Boober Fraggle here. One of the insignificant creatures who lives down here in the caves. I've come to beg and grovel. I guess I better get on with it then. On behalf of the Fraggles and the Gorgs, I hereby beg you to stop contaminating our water. I'm on my knees begging for that right now, okay? Oh, please, please stop poisoning us. We're just helpless little creatures who mean you no harm. We don't want to die. I've tried to think about why you'd want to hurt us, but it doesn't make any sense. We've never done anything to you, have we? Taken anything from you? Wait a minute. There is something. Maybe that's why you're mad at us, because you think that we took... Stay right there, okay? I'll be right back. I've got to hurry. There isn't much time.
Well, Sprocket, I've made up my mind. I'm going to go inside and sign the contract. Well, if you want to sit out in the yard and howl, go right ahead. It's not going to change my mind. I've thought this thing through logically, and... Oh, come on, Sprocket. You're not being at all fair.
Well, I've done all I can do.
If ever there'd been one single shred of evidence that anything lived behind this hole, I'd have... What on earth? Sprocket! Look! A bundle of postcards. Wrapped in moss. Musty. Why, these are those postcards for Gobo Fraggle that have been throwing out all these years. Now, how did they get there? Something strange is going on around here.
All I can do now is wait and see. Look at the world. What can you do? 'Cause it makes you ache. and it leaves you blue, and I guess my heart could break apart with a long goodbye, 'cause it makes you cry. But I had a dream. It was time to begin. And every creature Hey, that's clean water. We did it! We did it! Hey, we did it!
Rocket, I did it. He stood there with the check for $100,000 in his hands, and I said, thanks. But no thanks. The gentleman was not pleased. Oh, it was one of the most difficult choices I ever had to make. All that money. But there were so many unanswered questions. Life is very mysterious. So many things we don't know. I mean, something might live back there. Oh, I know. You've been trying to convince me of that for years. I told them to flush out the whole system with a couple of 1,000 gallons of fresh spring water. So, if your little friends are back there, they're enjoying a nice, fresh shower right now.